Ladies and gentlemen, one of the YouTube greats have bestowed upon me his knowledge. How they have become so successful in YouTube. How they have grasped the attention of millions upon millions of people.
How's it going, bros? My name is PEWDIEPIE.
One of the YouTube all greats. One of the people that started it from the get-go. We are learning and seizing every bit of information and to have everyone enjoy the content. And for everyone that's after watching, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe for the daily content and enjoy the video.
How's it going, bros? My name is PEWDIEPIE, and
Oh, that brings back old days. The old days when I used to go home, throw on a video and that intro. Hello bros, my name is PEWDIEPIE. Oh, that's like, oh, that's just beautiful.
I am an epic minimalist. What does that mean? I will explain. By going through 12 things I love.
We are becoming the ultimate minimalist.
I don't like light interrupting my video. Everyone always talks about minimalism as it's some kind of cure. You need to have little stuff. Cure mental. You'll not be depressed and happy now. For me, it's just everyone always clowns on me when I joke I'm an epic minimalist because I have to always have a bunch of stuff for videos. Felix, I am an epic minimalist. Buys every single gacha pod. Stop judging me, okay? I'm not trying to adopt the title, okay? I don't really care. It's just. But some items I do genuinely really enjoy, and I want to talk about them.
And there's nothing wrong about that. Might do one of those videos myself.
Probably be a little cringy and too personal, but here we go. Item number 1, tape measure.
Oh.
Do I need to say anything else?
No, you don't have to say anything else, buddy. That is it. That's all you gotta do. Tape measure. Job done, Bob's your uncle. I have one of those just over there. Just beep, beep. Over there.
Tape measurer. It measures. Don't lie to me, because I know you've done this. You bought something online, and it comes in the mail, and it's either too big or too small than you expected. Never happens to me.
Never happens to me either, because I actually triple check. I measure it before I get it, then after I get it, and then when it comes here. Whoever measures things in millimeters or feet,
You're dead to me.
why don't you measure stuff in inches? It's just so much more practical.
Tape measure. Always at hand. It stays there. You can borrow it, but it goes back every time. God, this sounds so cringy, but tape measurers are usually kind of ugly, right? Google tape measure. How
Yes,
do they look
they
like?
are.
They look bad. I'm
Get
really
some
glad
good
I got a
looking
pretty
ones.
one because I can keep it out and I don't have to just keep it in my toolbox. And it's just so handy to always have it here. I know it's silly, but it's one of those things where whenever you need something measured and I can literally just go and grab it, I find joy in it, okay? It's in the little things, guys. You don't get it. I read somewhere that
I do get it. The little things of making sure everything is perfectly flush or everything is supposed to fit exactly as you measured it is just amazing.
the only way to not lose something is to always put it back at the same place.
I never would have thought. No offense, no offense, no offense, no offense. To the great gods we will bow.
Focus on so many things. If I start talking and many conversations at the same time, all of a sudden you don't understand it. I like to bing bong. Would you like to go on the bing bong with me?
That's actually trippy if you just listen to one of them. If you just concentrate on one, that's actually trippy.
Det är dags för lite runka. Maybe you still understood and that wasn't my point. I don't know. Always keep your stuff at the same place. Life hack from an epic minimalist. You're welcome. Bet you never would have figured that one out on your own. Number 2, shoes.
I love shoes. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but there is 3, 6, 9, and there's 2, well, there's 3 actually underneath. So there's 12 pairs of shoes on a shoe shelf I actually built myself out of wooden pallets. There's where the tape measure comes in handy. That's how much I love shoes. I haven't gotten any recently because I have no need for it. I am taking the fine words of the greatness himself, PEWDIEPIE.
Shoes. Shoes. I am a one pair of shoe only.
Look how scuffed they are. I'm sorry, but there's one thing I have to have is clean shoes. I always keep my shoes clean. Always.
Kind of guy. All these celebrities, they got all kinds of shoe collections. Hey, look at all my shoes. Cringe. Dumb. You dummy dumb. One pair of shoe supreme, and I will explain why it's the best way to go. Marzia thinks I'm crazy for having this rule. I've been doing it for a couple years. The thing is, I know this is gonna sound bad, and I hate saying it, but I will say it. Once you're able to buy whatever you want, kind of, it's not really that exciting anymore.
This man's got the moolah.
In the same way as before, I used to enjoy, you know, saving up to things and then feeling excited when I could finally buy it. It was fun. It was cool. I was hyped. I don't really get that anymore. I know, boo-hoo. I'm just saying. So the way I do it is I have one pair of shoes because, first of all, why would I need another pair of shoes? Okay, to walk on all fours? I don't think so. I wear them till...
I was always the same. Every year, I'd get myself one pair Christmas, one pair summer, or else just one pair. I'd save up because I'd only ever get my own shoes. Always only ever get my own shoes. I'd save up and I'd have so much money saved up and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get this pair of shoes. I was all excited to get a pair of shoes. Because the joy of you saved up all this, you've worked for all this other money. Now you're buying something you want to get. And it was enjoyable. So I see exactly where he's coming from.
Well, they're completely fucked. Then, when it's time to buy new shoes,
very
it's
true.
Like, oh, exciting. Oh, I look forward to it. That's why one pair of shoes supreme. These are the contenders. I bought these years ago. I never got to really fully wear them because I left them here in Japan and then we weren't able to enter for 2.5 years. But now I can wear them and they're shoe supreme. I wear these for everything. I have 3 rules when picking shoes and I cannot compromise on them whatsoever. They gotta be comfortable. They gotta be fast to enter. If I have to sit down to enter my shoes, they're not shoes, they're a burden, okay? Number 3, they gotta be versatile, obviously. Different weather and different occasions, they gotta work. These ones look all worn out, but they're not. Fashion. Wow. I regret putting these here. Yeah, they're alright. I usually like to go for really goofy shoes because I kind of dress plainly. But you know, that's just how it goes. I know it's a bit silly and I almost feel silly talking about it, but hey, I like buying new shoes when the time comes. Interchangeable dumbbells.
Oh, I can swear
Can't
by
live
these.
without them. Diogenes himself.
Not these exact ones. I have different interchangeable ones and I can swear by them.
Use these very ones. I've been using these type for years. I really enjoy working with dumbbells. Space has always been kind of limited for whatever reasons for me. When we were about to move to Japan, we lived in my office and I just didn't have space. Gyms were closed, but I always prefer working out at home as well. And I love working out with dumbbells. You can change quickly to different weights. Ultimate workout as an epic minimalist would just be to not have I guess just free body weight, but I definitely owe a lot of my gains to interchangeable dumbbells. I do have a more advanced setup here as well. I've showed it before, but I still use this all the time. I think it's such a nice way to work out. It's fast, it's easy, it gets the job done.
100%. I train at home only, and it is the best thing. I would swear by it. If you can train at home, train at home. Training in the gym, you have to go to the gym. Now train. Now come home from the gym. Whereas, you can go downstairs, or you can go out the back, train, come back in, go for your shower, job done. Not all this arsing around going over and back to the gym, costing money to go if you're driving and for the membership, where you could just do it at home. I got my dumbbells for like €30 on Amazon. Finest job.
Interchangeable dumbbells. Number 5. Did you spot it? The Swiss Champ. I love Swiss Champ. I've always looked at these multi-tool.
I have like a basic version of that. One that has the knife, the big knife, small knife, scissors, the corkscrew thing. It doesn't have like the saw and all that kind of jazz.
First of all, Leatherman gang, you can relax. I have one downstairs in my toolbox. It's just way too convenient. I used to look at these tools and just go like, why would I ever need the fish scaler? Why would I ever need that? But one day, someone is gonna ask, hey, I need a fish scaler. Hey, anyone help me? I will be there, and I will offer. You can borrow it. And it will be glorious. The thing is, though, you are surprised by how useful it is to have something that you almost...
The most inconvenient thing about that one in particular is how chunky it is. My one's like this big in width-wise, but it's still the average penknife. But that thing is like a brick.
Didn't realize you had. Like the other day I did need a magnifying glass, and I was like, oh, I actually have one. Never mind. I got you. I can guarantee you at least most of you did this to your dad's multi-tool when you were a kid, when you pulled out every single one because you thought he looked cool. What do we got? It's a bottle opener and something else. I'm not entirely sure. No, this is a can opener with a flathead screwdrivers as well.
Exactly.
Star-shaped screwdriver, plier, scissor, measure, and fish scaler. Saw. Let's go. A file, big knife, and small peepee knife.
And small knife.
Oh, you thought it was done? Corkscrew opener with tiny baby screw.
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure what this is for, but I definitely used it. And of course, gotta have the rope holder. Anyone got a rope holder? I got you, fam. Don't worry. It also got a pen and a toothpick. I love this thing.
Exactly.
I think what I use the most is the scissor, actually. It's really strong and super convenient.
The scissor is perfect. It's actually really sharp.
Surprise, surprise. It's a scissors. But it actually does, it cuts so cleanly. It's a joke. It cuts so clean.
Love my Swiss champ. It's always
My
there,
one's red.
and I'm always amazed when I find another use for it that I didn't expect. Love it. I've lost count. But next item, my watch. As an epic minimalist, it's
Yes.
kind of hard to justify having a watch to begin with, because literally you could just check the time on your phone, right?
Yes, I highly agree. But I have one of these bad boys. One of these G-Shock watches that wouldn't break if you dropped a nuke on it. This thing, you could hop it off bricks and walls and nothing happens. It is class. And it has different times for different countries. So I'm not wearing it now because when I'm recording I just take it off. Depends. If I'm playing a game I definitely take it off. Gotta keep the wrists full motion, full swing.
But it's just way too convenient to be like, hey, what day is it? 26. Oh, gotcha. Hey, what time is it?
And you do notice it. If you wear a watch constantly and then you do every little thing, you actually subconsciously look at your watch and you're like,
Oh, it's this time.
and then when you take it off and when you're doing stuff, we'd say you left it off for the day and you're doing stuff, guarantee you'll be like,
Oh shit, I don't have my watch on.
The big one is 2:45. See how much faster that was? I just think smartwatches looks kind of ugly.
yeah, I have
Because
to agree with this
What happens
one.
is when you're not using it, it's just black, right? And every smartwatch ends up looking like any other smartwatch. But in the promotions, they have all these like cool dials and stuff. And like, yeah, look at my smartwatch. But in reality, no, it's just a fucking black screen most of the time, and it looks bad in my opinion. As much as I did love my Garmin Delta Max, rest in peace. I sold you.
I'd have to agree with that one. I find that any of those watches, they're great if you can use them to their full potential. But like, you can't be asked to be texting on a watch or looking up your emails on a watch. It's not really that practical, especially when you can just whip out your phone. It's in your pocket. You might as well whip out your phone, text whatever you have to text, look at your emails, do whatever you gotta do, put it away again. Not to be going blind, trying to look at a watch going like,
It's kind of funny. I realized most of the stuff I'm talking about is literally in this video. My books.
I can't stand books. I'm sorry, but I'm not a book person in any way, shape or form. Put a book in front of me that I could not give a toss about. I am not going to read it. If you put a book in front of me that caught my attention, now I might look at it, but it'd be very quick. I only read when I have to read. I ain't spending time reading for no one. I hate reading. I find it a giant waste of time.
Epic minimalist. I can't really justify having books. It doesn't make any sense. It's impractical. I have the option to read digitally, and sometimes I do. I feel like reading books is almost, if I really enjoy it at least, it's almost a personal experience. And for me to even just look at the book's title or back cover again, it's just something I enjoy to see. It's kind of hard to explain. Or if there's something I want to look up in one of the books, it's nice to have it so quick and ready. There are some nicer books that I have that are actually quite rare. I guess the Sun and Steel, which is like, I don't think they print this anymore, so it kind of feels weirdly important to own, if that makes sense.
It makes sense. It's more like
edition of the Iliad,
it's a rare
and the
right kind of
Odyssey,
thing.
which I'm very proud of. Iliad is probably one of my favorite books ever written. Highly recommend reading it. I guess I'm not an epic minimalist after all. On over. My knife.
Ooh.
I'm still not very good at it, but
does be cool to learn. I don't have the time to be learning it. It looks really cool when they're just there like... But I don't have the time to be doing it. I do it alright. That's cool.
I love flipping the fake balisong knife. It's just so satisfying. I can't tell you how much I love it.
That's satisfying just to watch.
It's so satisfying. It's something about... How do I explain it? Okay, so I remember I wanted to do this flip. And I thought it was impossible. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. But I kept trying and I kept trying. And you think you're not making any progress, but then eventually you got it. And it's so weird to me how you can learn something without thinking it. Muscle memory, yes. It's just very satisfying to get that direct, seeing that instant.
It's so satisfying because there's 3 different parts to it. So when you're flicking around, the other 2 parts are following on it. It looks like an illusion. It's cool.
Improvement. I mean, that's why people like video games, right? You see that instant improvement, and there's something very satisfying about that, in my opinion. And
See what I mean? It's like an illusion. It's like as if it's carrying on afterwards.
It just feels so good in your hands when you're doing it. I know how that sounds, okay? I love it. Where was I before I had the balisong? I don't know. I don't know if it's an anxiety thing or if it's an ADHD thing. I don't think it is. I just enjoy it. Okay? Don't psychoanalyze me. Last but not least, it's been here all this time.
Aww.
My wedding ring. If there's one thing I will keep for the rest of my life, it's this one. We got it at
Aw, the wedding ring. Give it up to the king himself.
a local shop here in Japan. I don't know if there's that much to say about it. It's a ring. But it's an item I have that I will always truly treasure, you know? And I think that's not necessarily a bad thing. Even for an epic minimalist.
So that's all, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed watching. That's a nice note to leave it on. A wedding ring. Very, very nice. So don't forget, if you enjoyed the content, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to leave a like. And let me know if there's something different you want to see. And we will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.